In the blink of an eye, Charleston White shattered the prevailing narrative with a bold declaration. David was innocent. His words, delivered with unflinching clarity, unveiled unexpected insights that upended the discourse, compelling countless observers to question their preconceived notions about the harrowing case. Charleston White's assertion went beyond mere suggestion. He emphatically proclaimed the 20-year-old musician's innocence. When news first broke of a dismembered body discovered in a Tesla tied to the rising star David, the digital world ignited in fury. Accusations surged like wildfire, conspiracy theories proliferated, and indignation flooded social platforms. Media outlets hastily painted him as the culprit. Fans scrutinized his lyrics for cryptic admissions, and corporations severed associations to evade the storm. Yet, amid this chaos, a singular, audacious voice pierced the tumult. Charleston White, renowned for his raw candor, provocative stances, and unapologetic rhetoric. Seizing the moment, Charleston...
You mentioned that you were upset with Cartel Bone.
Man, that nigga talking about leave Boosie family alone. What about Marlo Mike family, Cartel Bone? You just got out of jail. You better shut the f up talking to me. Ex-pimp. And big, didn't he have a fight on the card and couldn't fight? And too big.
Yeah, that was about 5-6 years.
Yeah, and then South Walker exposed that nigga for trying to play some snitch paperwork or someone he was talking about.
I don't
know nothing about nothing, but the nigga better shut up typing to me. Man, I've been watching you in prison, so you better quit typing to me. I don't respect who typed to me.
Charleston publicly affirmed David's innocence, grounding his claim in a stark observation. No arrest had been made. Yeah, what you think about that? He didn't do it. Get out of here, all the evidence that's out there? This wasn't casual speculation. Charleston bolstered his position with incisive logic, highlighting how in America, especially for young black men, arrests often occur on scant evidence. If solid proof existed, he argued David would already be detained, as authorities frequently apprehend suspects merely to build a case while holding them. To drive his point home, Charleston employed one of his trademark analogies: raw, provocative, and designed to provoke deeper reflection. Listen, hold on. If they found a dead body in me and your car, and this is our car, do you think they'll let me and you stay out like long? They got all, so think about this. This vivid comparison underscored his belief ordinary individuals would face immediate custody in such circumstances, making David's freedom, performing publicly and unhindered, profoundly revealing, far more so than any rumor. Delving deeper, Charleston dissected allegations of David's involvement with a minor and her tragic demise. Online frenzy amplified shared tattoos, leaked photos, and song lyrics as damning proof, yet he dismissed it as contrived. So think about this, if they got all this information on him dating a minor, an underage kid, and she looked like a white girl, mixed girl, what, they just let him stay free like this? In his eyes, a black artist linked to a missing 15-year-old with physical evidence purportedly connecting him to her death would never evade detention unless the case lacked substance. Charleston didn't shy away from the crime's gruesome details, the dismembered remains concealed with chilling precision, arguing such brutality clashed with David's public persona. He implored audiences to probe alternatives, perhaps a setup, or another perpetrator entirely. All this evidence supposedly...
5 months. He been trying to get me to do a streaming podcast with him on Discord. So that's where he was throwing me off. Nigga, I'm a YouTube, Instagram, Facebook nigga. You trying to take me on Discord. That's like trying to get a nigga on the boat and not return back from slavery. So, and then when I went and looked on his page, he was a young white boy. So I thought it was one of them bot pages. So when he finally get my attention, he said, hey, I give you $5,000. I said, shit, cool. So I get on there, do my thing, but I'm paying attention to the type of questions he's asking me. He said, hey, do you like Jews? I heard you don't like Jews. I said, I don't like nobody. Jews, niggas, Asians, blacks. whites, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, Cubans, dogs, horses, fish, roaches, worms, butterflies, ants. Nigga, I don't like nothing.
Supposedly proves he did it. The body was cut up and still no arrest. As his remarks proliferated across X, YouTube, and Instagram, opinions fractured. Some decried him for defending the indefensible, while others praised his courage in challenging the rush to judgment. Undeterred, Charleston revisited the case persistently, invoking high-profile precedents like the O.J. Simpson trial. You mean to tell me O.J. was found with a bloody glove? He was arrested immediately. Immediately, with all the circumstantial evidence they found on O.J., they placed it. So you mean to tell me they got all of this on this, and he still gets to move freely amongst America? This parallel exposed what he saw as glaring inconsistencies in justice's application, questioning why stronger evidence against David yielded no action. Venturing into hypotheticals, Charleston speculated on other culprits. So I'm saying, let me think outside the box. Maybe his mama done it. Maybe her mama done it and set him up. Maybe one of them racist uncles or cousins don't like maybe the other boyfriend done it. Maybe the pimp who was sex trafficking for the last year when she ran away done it. These raw musings, devoid of legal polish, resonated through their authenticity, drawing in audiences weary of scripted analyses. He scrutinized the matching SEH tattoos on David and the victim's fingers, rejecting them as conclusive proof of intimacy, and viewing them as inflated trivia. Then, in a contentious pivot, Charleston critiqued the victim herself, a move that ignited outrage. And I know they said, man, he wrong for calling her a little hoe, but she was. Little girls don't run away from home. Little hoes. Critics lambasted him for victim blaming, yet supporters saw it as dismantling a biased narrative, urging scrutiny over assumption. Race loomed central in Charleston's thesis. America seldom affords black men leniency in such accusations. David's enduring liberty, he contended, wasn't oversight, but evidence of innocence. This broader lens, encompassing systemic bias and judicial patterns, elevated his commentary beyond the specifics, framing the case as emblematic of deeper inequities. Charleston's logic flipped the script. Abundant evidence, from tattoos to lyrics, should have prompted swift charges, yet its absence...
The labels at. We used to have Motown. Where is your Motown today?
Why don't the rappers get together and create their own and stop fighting and figure out how they're gonna come together with all this money, all these messages, all this stuff, and say, hey, here we are.
Because they are the new tools of white supremacy that's being used against black people, so they can't come together. They came together to go against us.
So, Jay-Z.
They came together to go against us.
Kanye.
They came together to go against us.
Alicia Keys.
They came together to go against us. Where are the musical schools at? Where are, let me just break this down.
Break it down.
We had Motown.
Right.
Motown Records. Mm-hmm. We had No Limit Records.
Okay.
We had So Def, Jermaine Dupri.
Yet its absence suggested fabrication or fragility. He posed setups or hidden motives, transforming speculation into a compelling counter-narrative that captivated even skeptics. To grasp Charleston's impact, one must delve into his tumultuous biography. Born in Texas in 1977, his life veered tragically at 14 with a fatal Foot Locker incident, leading to an adult murder conviction and incarceration until 21. This scar, critics argue, undermines his authority. For Charleston, it's the forge of his wisdom. Post-release, he channeled redemption through community work and founding Hypocrisy Over Politics, HOPE, steering youth from gangs. Yet his provocative nature propelled him into notoriety, clashing with figures like T.I. and Boosie Badass, often delving into personal attacks on their families and legacies. Incidents like pepper spraying a streamer in 2023 or mocking hecklers with cash stacks cemented his image as an unpredictable agitator. In 2025, he derided Charlie Kirk's family post-passing as white-on-white crime, blending critique with controversy.
As a friend, I'm asking you not to interview Charleston anymore because he said some shit about my kids.
Yeah.
But what did he say about your kids?
I mean, he was just, he just going at all kind of shit about my son, all kind of shit,
Yeah, I remember Charleston when I said that I'm not rocking with him anymore. He made a YouTube video saying, I hope your babies die.
Yeah.
He actually got on the internet and said that.
Yeah.
And he likes to say, well, I'm just playing a character. That's not me. Or he was talking about raping babies and all types of other shit. I think he talked about raping Matt Hoffa's daughter or some shit. Oh, I'm just playing a character. So you're playing a character of a pedophile. Yeah, I don't know about that character.
Yeah, I saw Charles, he be going out. I saw him talking about raping Chinese people, all kind of shit. I mean, I can't respond to that because once I see a man go up there and say he gonna put your ass in prison, even if you threaten him or say something about him and he's got facts to where he's put people in prison, I can't take a chance of getting involved with that.
Well, listen, Charleston White is stepping in with a bombshell claim. D4D is innocent, and this whole thing screams setup. Is White onto something, or is he just stirring the pot again? Stick around as we break it all down in this exclusive deep dive. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We drop truth bombs weekly. Let's get into it. First things first, who is D4D, and how did he get tangled in this nightmare? David Anthony Burke, better known as D4D, exploded onto the music scene just a couple of years ago. At just 20 years old, this Houston-born prodigy has amassed millions of streams with hits like Here With Me and Romantic Homicide. His sound? A moody blend of R&B, indie, and lo-fi that resonates with Gen Z's heartbreak anthems. Think The Weeknd meets early Frank Ocean, but with a TikTok twist. D4D's rise was meteoric, from bedroom producer to Interscope record signee, touring the world, selling out shows. But fame like that? It comes with shadows. Enter the Celeste Rivas case. On September 10, 2025, LAPD officers responded to a wellness check at a home in the San Fernando Valley. What they found was horrifying. A 2024 Tesla Model Y registered to D4D parked brazenly in the driveway. Inside the trunk, the mutilated remains of 13-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, a runaway who'd been missing for over a year. Celeste, described by her family as a bright, rebellious kid from a troubled home, had vanished in late 2024 after clashing with her parents over her online activities. Reports later surfaced that she'd been active on social media, connecting with influencers and musicians, including, allegedly, D4D. The connection? Chilling details emerged fast. Celeste's mother, Maria Rivas, went public, claiming her daughter had been obsessed with D4D, exchanging messages that hinted at a romantic involvement. Screenshots leaked online showed flirty DMs, with Celeste referring to D4D as her BF and sharing selfies in his merch. Then came the tattoos, a matching 4 inked on Celeste's wrist, mirroring one on D4D's hand, a signature from his album art. And the shoes? Photos of D4D on Instagram cleaning what looked like Celeste's sneakers just days before the discovery. The narrative wrote itself. A predatory older musician preying on a vulnerable teen, things go wrong, and boom, cover-up gone awry. Social media erupted. TikTok timelines filled with D4D is canceled edits. Spotify streams dipped 20% overnight, and Interscope issued a vague statement about cooperating with authorities. Protests popped up outside his label's offices with signs reading, "Justice for Celeste, no more predators in music." The FBI even got involved, probing for signs of trafficking or industry exploitation. It was a perfect storm: a child's murder, celebrity scandal, and the evergreen debate on age gaps in relationships. But here's the twist. Despite all this smoke, there's no fire, no arrest, no charges. D4D's still out there, dropping a new single last week called Shadows, which fans are decoding for Confessions. So what's the holdup? That's where Charleston White crashes the party. If you don't know him, buckle up. White is the self-proclaimed gangster preacher, a former convict-turned conservative activist who's built a brand on calling out black communities' ills with zero filter. Ex-con, podcaster, YouTuber. He's interviewed everyone from Snoop Dogg to Candace Owens, always dropping hot takes that either go viral or spark backlash. Love him or hate him, White's got a knack for flipping scripts. And in this case, he's going all in on D4D's defense, dropping lines like, "This sounds like he's being set up," in a recent clip that's racked up over 50K views. White's first big swing came on the Say Cheese TV podcast, just days after the body was ID'd. Sitting across from host Wallow, he leaned in and said, "Y'all gotta think outside the box on this one. A dead body in his car? Sure, but look at the timeline. That young man was long gone on tour before she was even killed. Who parks their vehicle outside their house with a dead body in the trunk? That's not how you cover up a crime, that's an invitation for discovery." He paused for effect, then hit the systemic angle. If this boy was guilty, he'd be in cuffs right now. DOJ, FBI, they don't play with black men. Remember OJ? Circumstantial, and they hounded him for years. Lil Durk? One snitch, and boom, RICO. Diddy? Allegations alone got the feds raiding his yacht. But D4D? Free as a bird, headlining festivals. Nah, something's off. White's not stopping at timelines. He dives into the setup theory with the precision of a conspiracy podcaster. Point 1. The car. D4D's Tesla was leased out to an industry connect, possibly a label exec or promoter, while he was overseas. These cars got LoJack, GPS tracking. If D4D knew what was in there, why leave it parked like a billboard? And why in his name? Setup 101, borrow the ride from the fall guy. He cites anonymous sources, take that with salt, saying Celeste had been passed around in Hollywood circles after running away, from modeling gigs to mentorships with big names. White doesn't name drop, but his eyes narrow. The real predator ain't the kid with the mic, it's the suit behind the scenes. Expanding on the innocence markers, White points to D4D's post-discovery behavior. Cleaning her shoes? That's grief, not guilt. Boys out here mourning publicly, posting tributes on his story. RIP to a fan who meant the world. If you're covering up murder, you go ghost, not poetic. And the tattoos? Kids get those for idols all the time. I had a Tupac tat at 14. Didn't make me his accomplice. White flips the dating a minor narrative too. Show me the proof of predation. Flirty DMs? In 2025, that's every influencer's DMs. Celeste was 13 going on 30, running from home, chasing fame. Tragic? Yes. D4D's fault? Hell no. But White's masterstroke is the racial justice jujitsu. In a community weary of missing white woman syndrome, he argues the opposite. Black boys don't get the benefit of the doubt, ever. If evidence pointed to him, real evidence, LAPD would have leaked body cam footage, had protesters outside his crib. Instead, crickets. Why? Because the evidence exonerates him. They're using him as bait to flush out the real killer, maybe her pimp, her uncle, whoever had her for that missing year. He references Celeste's family dynamics, reports of abuse, a stepdad with a record, the mother's quick pivot to media blame. Grief makes us point fingers, but facts don't lie. The internet, as always, is a battlefield. D4D stans are rallying with hashtag free D4D edits, pulling up his tour dates. He was in London for a 3-night run when Celeste's estimated time of death hit, corroborated by fan vids and venue logs. Skeptics counter with alibis can be bought, pointing to the car's registration and those DMs timestamped months earlier. Charleston White's clip? It's polarized Twitter harder than a Kanye rant. Supporters quote tweet, CW speaking facts, systems protecting the elite, framing the artist. Haters fire back, White's just caping for clout, D4D's shady AF. Dig deeper, and reactions from the industry trickle in. Saza tweeted a cryptic "Pray for the Lost Ones," which fans read as shade. Interscopes still mum, but insiders whisper damage control, pulling D4D's features from playlists, delaying his album. Meanwhile, Celeste's family launched a GoFundMe that's hit 200K, with Maria Rivas vowing, "We'll get justice no matter who falls." Activists like Tarana Burke are weighing in on the exploitation angle, calling for a probe into how a 13-year-old ends up in a star's orbit. "This isn't just one case, it's the music biz's dirty secret," she said in a CNN spot. White, undeterred, doubled down in follow-ups. On his IG Live last night, 10K viewers glued. He dissected the forensics. Autopsy says dismemberment post-mortem. Clean cuts like a pro. D4D, bedroom producer, not butcher. And the trunk? No blood spatter, no fibers tying him. Set up, plain and simple. He even floats a wild card. What if Celeste was collateral in a bigger beef? Runaways know too much sometimes. It's classic White, part sleuth, part showman. But it lands because it echoes real doubts. LAPD's presser was vague. Investigation ongoing, no suspects named. Translation, they're casting a wide net. Let's zoom out. What does this mean for D4D's career? Pre-scandal, he was on track for a Grammy nod, and Shadows was teasing a sophomore album. Now, boycotted by radio, feuding with collaborators. But White's defense might be his lifeline. Charleston's giving him air, one manager told Variety off the record. Without it, he's toast. And broader, it reignites debates on artist accountability. Remember R. Kelly? Years of whispers before the fall. D4D's case is the flip. Whispers